Hey, this is Matt, and this is the Chicken Coupe. This is my 1983 Cadillac Coupe Deville. Now you're probably asking me, why are you building a Cadillac Coupe Deville from the 80s? Well, I say, why not? I wanted to do something completely different. I had the idea for this car about 10 years ago, and I actually bought a car which is out back, got into the project, took the car too far apart, and as you guys know, things pile up and life gets in the way. You have some kids and other projects come along, so the car kind of got mothballed. Well, last year during the start of the pandemic, a couple of friends of mine got together and they wanted me to get this car going, so they got me this chassis, which was very clean, didn't have as much problems as the other car did, complete interior. So I decided, well, I have to build a car now. My friends went out and got me one, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go over some of the things we're going to do to the car and show you some of the parts real quick here, so follow along here. So this is basically a B-body GM chassis. Technically it's a C-body, which is like an 11-inch longer B-body car. And these cars are the kind of what people call the malaise era of GM design. Wasn't the best quality control stuff in the world, or the best interior and things like that. You know, I don't know how many maroon colored GM cars of the 80s there were out there, but pretty much all of them were either maroon or blue or silver. This car is about 19 foot long in the end. It's pretty heavy, but it's got a full frame. It's got a really comfortable interior, but we want to put pro touring guts, parts and pieces in this thing into what we call pro luxury. We also have a pro luxury Facebook page. You can check that out if you want to see more about this car, and you can follow it on American Powertrain social media and Lateral G website and social media. Anyways, back to the car. So we're gonna make this car handle, be quick, ride good, and have all the luxury features of the Cadillac: the power seats, the air conditioning, power windows. Its square footage inside, the cubic footage inside this car is bigger than my SUV, and it's only a two-door, so 4 adults can sit in this thing comfortably, 2 in the back with plenty of room. You can also haul probably 5, as everybody says, 4 or 5 dead bodies in the back of a Cadillac, which is kind of a common thing to say, but there's probably some truth to that. I'm sure some gangsters did that stuff back in the day. So the heart of the Chicken Coupe is our 427 Warhawk LS motor. Now this is a aftermarket engine, aftermarket block and heads that World Product made. I got this motor back in like 2011, so it's been sitting here a while. And now we're really excited to get this thing going. I painted it Aztec gold to match the Baer calipers, as you can see there, and the gold pinstripe on the car. Now, if you didn't see where this car is going to be going, you can check out our Facebook page or Instagram on American Powertrain, and you can see the rendering for the car. So basically, how do you make this era Cadillac look cool? Well, my favorite car of all time is the Bandit Trans Am. So we're going to stretch the Bandit Trans Am theme over this car. And that'll come this winter. For now, we're trying to get the car done, what I call phase 1 for Power Tour coming up here in August. Get it running and driving, kind of leave the factory paint on it, keep it kind of a sleeper look. But I thought the gold that we're doing with the car later, some of the engine paint and some of the trim accessories we're going to use will play well with the maroon GM color there, or burgundy, or whatever the hell they call it. So this is the engine bay on the car. It's pretty massive. You could probably put 2 LS motors in here. It's a fully framed, fully boxed frame. We've got a Borgeson quick ratio steering box. Got a Baer Brake master cylinder. We've got a hydraulic clutch conversion that I did, and I've got a separate video about how all that works. You can check that out too. On the motor, we've got Holley EFI Terminator X fuel injection, 1000 CFM throttle body, Holley mid-mount accessory drive, high output alternator, Corvette power steering pump, AC, which that'll be working with our vintage air kit, and a set of stainless steel hooker headers. So it's going to be a real nice conversion. It'll bolt right in the car. I've already got the motor mounts put in. We've already kind of mocked everything up. Backing up the engine will be an American Powertrain prepped Tremec Magnum 6-speed. This is right out of the box, it's good for 700 foot-pounds of torque. I put our White Lightning shifter on it. It's got an offset that we set up for the Cadillac the way I want to have it set up. In front of that trans will be a Centerforce DYAD clutch, and out back is a Curry 9-inch that I shipped off my old 10-bolt to Curry, and I had them table design me a 9-inch. So it bolts right in the car. It's got 31 spline axles, 373 gears, and a limited slip out back. It also has their Johnny joint heim joints at the top, so it frees up some of that suspension bond. And speaking of suspension, we're going to be using QA1 full B-body Pro Touring suspension kit. I've already got their lower mounts for the coilover conversion put on the axle. Let's go over here and we'll check that out. I've also made another video about the QA1 suspension that you can check out as well. So here's the whole suspension kit. We're actually going to be putting this on later today. So we've got tubular control arms, front coilover conversions, 4-link stuff, 4-link or the rear coilover conversions for the rear, and the massive and beautiful Baer Brakes that are going on this thing. I've also got another video about the Baer Brakes that I go over some of the specs on. So we're pretty pumped about this car. So let me show you the inside of this thing. So it's pretty much stock Cadillac in here. Come on, you stupid lot. This is the interior. Right at the moment, it's kind of a wreck, but I just peeled the carpet back so we could cut the tunnel for the transmission. There's not much room for a 6-speed in these. These had a little pancake 200R4 transmission in them, so I had to open up the floor there to get the trans to fit. We've got a clutch pedal design that I used, a G-body pedal box, and a mixture of 3rd-gen Camaro pedals to make all that work. And it's got our 6-speed Monty G-body hydraulic conversion kit mount on the front. So the G-body stuff bolts onto the firewall. I did have to put our adjustable master cylinder on it to get a little bit better clutch rod angle. You can see how all that works there. Again, I've got another video kind of going over some of that stuff about the clutch. So it's a pretty weird project. It's pretty exciting. I've waited 10 years to get this thing built. It's finally going now. Right in the heart of the hottest summer ever, of course, out here in the shop. But stay tuned to American Powertrain social media, lateralg.com, and their social media, as well as Pro Luxury. And follow along as the build goes along. And hopefully we'll have this thing done for Power Tour 2021. You guys can see it out on the road. So check back with me later. See ya.